Hello everybody and welcome to the Cone Racing League Co-Racing Championship 2. This is round 3 around Suzuka and Q1 is just getting underway. That's sorted. Let's see which drivers we first out on track. Give them a follow around. And just to let everyone know, at lap 17 I will be doing a lap of silence in honour of Joe Bianchi, who had his crash here 6.5 years ago. So for that I will likely just be following the lead car around, but I won't be speaking myself. But in the meantime, strap in and let's watch quali unfold. See if Q2's got its usual closeness. This tier notorious for having entire fields within 1 second, so let's hope we can get the same action here. Only 2 drivers I can see leaving the pit so far, actually 3. We've got a McLaren there as well. Aerovoice, first man out on track, then Alex TG and Messi, as well as one of the Alfa Romeos, Jamie Robertson. Yeah, here we go. So just a reminder of the previous races. V-Mark, driver shown down in 18th at the moment in the Haas, won both the race at Russia, which was last week, and the first race of the season, where I'm going to be honest, I've forgotten what track that was. That was around Bahrain. Oh yeah. And both of those decided to have a safety car right near the end, leading to some very close drama at the end. But V-Mark topping it out both times. Sadistic King, our last season's champion, right at the end, pulling ahead on penalties both times. I believe he's yet to get a penalty. He might be one of the only drivers. Certainly plenty throughout the field, penalty-wise. Here we go, Aerovoice round the last couple of corners. Looks like he's got a clear track. Oh no, couple of drivers leaving the pit lane. Let's hope they don't get in his way on this lap. So here we go. Not too easy to move out of the way of cars, so we'll see what they do. Drivers here are very good at being respectful. There was an incident last week at Russia, but just driver moved out of the way of one car and didn't see the other car coming up behind them, affecting Tobes. Oh, that might be a good place to let them through. We'll be hoping then we've got the way on this straight then. Liverpool fan. Still not moved out of the way. I'd assume he knows that Aerovoice is on a fast lap, but he's starting to potentially... Ooh, that was close. That did slightly slow him down. Aerovoice won't be too happy about that. Still got another driver not far ahead of him, the Renault of Sadistic King. There's a line along straight here. Probably pull over to the left. Yep. Giving a bit of slipstream, although Aerovoice not taking too much of it. So let's see what time we can set. Laying down that marker. Of course, getting all purple sectors. Okay, now as he comes towards the line, slightly disturbed lap, and he's going to get a 1:28.2. Actually can't say I know what a good lap is around this track. So the next person will be Alex TG. He's still on a good lap, and he sets a 1:27.2, almost a second quicker. It's him at the top. Oh, Jay Hartnell must have had an off somewhere on the Suzuka S's. Causing a yellow sector, not getting near the driver's way though. That's good news for him. Now interestingly, Messi setting a time on the mediums, putting him in 4th, so Jamie Robertson slotting into 2nd with the 27.7. Yeah, letting Strauss through. Strauss actually just on an out lap. Follow Jay Williams, he's failing at the end of his lap, as is dragging his teammate. Dragging up to the front with the 27.2, 6/10 ahead of Alex. So see what Dragon's teammate can do. Up into 7th, 28.3. Not too far for a few of those drivers there. Certainly be hoping to improve though throughout the rest of Q1. Godly Noob just starting his lap. We'll hop on board with him later on then. Liverpool fan, the man is slightly disturbed. Error voices lap. Let's see what he can do with his own lap. Round 130 out. There is a Renault ahead of him, but I think Renault also on a lap. That'll be Sadistic King. So see what time Sadistic King sets. 28.6 in 8th position. Now Liverpool fan taking 8th off him with a 28.5. Pheasant Placker about to start his own lap. Who have we got next? I think it's the AlphaTauri of Godly Noob. No, the other AlphaTauri. They're all going into the pits, so it's quite hard to see who's going to set time next. Jay Williams and Big Balls both staying well out the way, and I'm sure Godly Noob been slightly jittery about having those two cars. It was approaching quickly. See how he can do. Got a clear track ahead of him. Won't have to worry about any other drivers. So slightly down off some of the quicker drivers I've seen at the end of Sector 2. Let's see what he can do with his last two corners. Looks to take the chicane decent. Certainly slightly more speed can be gained there, and he sets a time for 27.5 up to 3rd position, just ahead of his teammate. Who have we got next towards the line? I think for now we will follow Strauss. Driver going out in the grass there, staying well out of the way. And another one. Suzuka, not the easiest track to let drivers past, but drivers still going off the track in order to do it. So, as usual, these 20 drivers showing what nice, good, clean racing is. Here we go. Strauss with the purple middle sector. Pheasant Blacker up to 3rd with a 27.3. I think Strauss may challenge that though. Certainly going to be up among the top 3. Let's see what he can do. 27.2, yep, up into 3rd position for him. 2 thousandths ahead of Pheasant Blacker. Captain Nick still a long way to go on his lap. Real DC not too far off the end of it. Looks like there's 2 cars stopped on track there. Is that Sadistic King going slow? Yeah. Trying to stay out of the way of drivers. Real DC up into 8th with a 27.7. Okay, we'll follow Pimis. I believe maybe a reserve driver. Don't think I have seen him before. Sorry. Pimis with a 28.4 up into 13th position for him. Not too many drivers left to set laps who have not. Captain Nick, purple middle sector. They're slightly down on those top 4 times after the first 2 sectors as a whole. They can get into the 1 minute 10s after the first 2 sectors, then they're looking strong from what I can see. 27.7 for him, up into 9th position. That might be safe. Exactly the same time as Real DC. Gors did it after him, so put beneath him. So we've just got Claire PR, V-Mark, our 2-time race winner. He's preparing for his lap, and Jay Hartnell left to start their laps. So here we go, run that final chicane, and V-Mark starting this lap. Only one Ferrari ahead of him, and that Ferrari is going to be Tobes, who's also on a lap, so does not have to worry about traffic. Very clear road ahead of him. Wheels right up to the grass there. Now this man certainly seems to be one of the quickest in the field. He said he'd struggle if the rain happens, but I think even then you still get a decent result. Let's see what he can pull qualifying wise. Looks to be very good in the S's, very controlled. I know that some of the guys in Tier 1 were going crazy in time trials yesterday. Some very quick times. The purple first sector for V-Mark, and it certainly looked like it should have been. Very good driving from him. This might be our first 26. hop on board with Tobes, see how he does in his middle sector. Currently 2.5 tenths up on his previous time, although actually that might not even gain in a position, considering how close they all are. And there we go, purple middle sector for him, and 3.5 tenths up on his lap now. How about V-Mark? Another purple sector. And yep, up with the top times. Let's see where he slots in. Will he be dragging on speed? 27 flat, but not quite 26, but up to the top of V-Mark. Well done to him. Very clean lap, especially those S's. Very good lines. Get some support for Pimis, our reserve driver in the Haas, teammate of the current championship leader. Jay Hartnell won the last man to set a lap. See what he can do. Just a couple of corners left to go. And he gets himself a 29 flat, the slowest time we've seen yet. Of course, still plenty time for improvement. And after one lap, slightly mistaken there for him. Claire PR. Internet seems to be playing up a bit for him, but let's hope that's all in the qualifying, not in the race. Getting ready to start his lap. Jay Hartnell, I believe, going round for another, although he's 2 wheels in the grass there. So, might not want to, as Messi invalidates his lap. No drivers behind him though, doesn't have to worry too much. There we go. Clerpiart and Strauss also getting some support. Clerpiart actually on his first lap. Let's see what he can do through these S's. Oop. It's a purple first sector for him. V-Mark still that quickest time. I suspect that the top 8 drivers at the moment are all definitely safe. Let's see what the rest of them can do. Messi still to set a time on Sauce. That should drastically improve his lap. It's also always good to have just a banked lap. Clerpiart saying he's got a purple middle sector. I don't know if I believe that. I think the purple sectors may be broken because you've got the first 2 sectors purple, and you would have had a 1 minute 9, not a 1 minute 11. So expect this to be a mid 128. Oh no, 127.6. So up into 8th position. Must have been a good last sector from him. See, not too sure what that yellow flag on the course is for. Might be one of the drivers going slow. Let someone else through. So Messi validated his lap. V-Mark happy with his lap. Chosen to retire from the session. Taking the trip across the grass because he can. Although it does have Tobes behind him, but Tobes is on an out lap. Although Clerpiart behind him, unless he's on an in lap. Clerpiart is in a quick lap and he's a 10.5 up. So we will not be wanting the Ferrari head to get in his way. Certainly Spoon, not a corner you can really pass on. Certainly not through it. You might see some impressive dive bombs going into Spoon. Go right up to the curb, not getting his tyres on that slippery green stuff. There we go. Using all the track that he can. That's what we like to see. Past the 2 slow cars, weaving between them. Making their own artificial chicane. Now only half a tenth up in his fastest lap, but still looking to improve. That may slot him into 6th position, up to. So it depends how he takes these final 2 corners. Now coming towards the line, and he's going to set a 127.6. Goes up to 8th. Well, actually no, he didn't improve. Certainly improved his time, but not his position. So Messi, I think he's lost a tyre here. Interesting timing. He's not going to be making it through. Ooh, Liverpool fan goes through him. That could have been slightly worrying for Liverpool fan with improvement like that. Yeah, we go up to 11th for him. 27.6. Glad he's got that time down. Jay Hartnell going to leave the pits fairly soon. Only leaving himself room for one lap. Strauss, another driver, happy with his time, choosing to retire. Sadistic King yet to get out of Q1, and yet always finishing in the top 10. There we go. Jamie Robertson trying to stay out the way. Well, where is he going to go? Onto the grass. There we go. Might not be ideal for Sadistic King. He gets through without too much bother. Maybe going to touch too wide there, just missing the apex. By no means bad corner. Didn't slide, had it controlled the whole time. Teammate Captain Nick ahead of him. See if Captain Nick can improve his time. Sadistic King up nearly 7 tenths. And that's 7 tenths. Only put him around 14th, 15th position actually. Yeah, 28 flat. It looks like again he's not going to be making it out of Q1 for last season's champion. Jay Williams here, see if he can get himself out of Q1. Nope, can get himself into the pit. Jay Hartnell his out lap, he'll be looking to improve. Pimis invalidated his current lap. He may also be out of fuel. Might want to speed up to guarantee he can get to the finish. Although it is less than 20 seconds between... less than 20 seconds for Sector 3. So a few more drivers retiring now, Error Voice and Big Balls. Big Balls may get knocked out if he's not careful. Very close to that line, will not take too many drivers to improve to knock him out. So, yep. So we can follow driving a quick lap. Tobes. Or he'll be wanting to make the next lap his lap. Jay Williams also retires. That is Sadistic King, Jay Williams and Messi. None of them will be making it through to Q2. That leaves just 2 drivers left. Dragon, another driver happy with his lap. Tobes we wanted to improve. Pimis in the pits, so actually he will not be improving. It is just Jay Hartnell versus Tobes at the moment. Both drivers are on track. Jay Hartnell currently half a second up on his fastest lap, but he needs over a second, and maybe more once Tobes improves. So Jay Hartnell will be the first man to the line. We will watch him. No one else's times will matter. It's just between these two now, dueling it out for that last spot in Q2. Eight tenths up now. Still needs more if he wants to make it through. It's a good last chicane here. That looked to be a fairly quick exit. Doesn't hug the ball too much. Ooh, not able to get past Tobes. Actually, Tobes was down on his lap, so he would have been a bit under pressure there. But now he knows. Well, hopefully he knows that no longer needs to improve. He is safe. He is through to Q2. Which means we have 5 drivers not through. Jay Hartnell, Sadistic King, again, only in Q1. Pimis, the reserve driver. Jay Williams and Messi. Only was able to set a time on the medium tyre, which is interesting for Q1. Okay, so here we go. See, this is the King. Someone picking up a 5-place grid penalty. Didn't see that come through. So he'll be starting last because of that then. So, right, Jay Hartnell, Pimis, Joe Williams, Messi, and then Sadistic King will be the bottom 5, not making it through to Q2. So less than a second between 1st and 16th. Had to be within a second in order to qualify. So we'll see what happens going on to Q2. And just to remind everyone now that more of you are here, lap 17 we'll be having kind of a lap of silence in honour of Jules Bianchi, who drove the number 17, who had his accident here 6.5 years ago. Okay, so Jamie Robertson, first man out on track, and then that is the AlphaTauri behind him. I'd assume it's Error Voice, judging by who normally leaves the pit nice and early, as well as Alex TG. Yeah, Alex TG and Error Voice, and Godly New behind them as well. Seems the action cam does not want to work at the moment. Not sure why. Ah, there we go. Not too sure why that was happening. Hopefully can still use it plenty throughout the race though. Here we can see quite a few of the drivers on medium tyres. A few drivers are going straight out on the softs. So we'll see what they can do with them. Yeah, always safe to get a lap banked. Don't want to push yourself too hard. There's Panda wishing everyone good luck. So Panda about to start qualifying himself up in Tier 1. He'll be getting underway shortly. Here we go, Error Voice about to start his lap. So it looks like he's good in terms of traffic ahead of him. Alex TG is out on a lap in front of him, but that shouldn't be a problem. And Godly Noob on his outlap ahead of them. So we are watching the driver on mediums this time, so we'll have a slower lap. We'll see what he can do. Slightly missing the curb there. Could do with tracing the corner a bit better. Oh, there we go, using the full extent of the track without going onto the grass for him. Goes through this hairpin. Might see some good overtaking opportunities there. Plenty of room for a dive bomb, although drivers will have to be cautious to not have any contact there. Comes into Spoon. Could have actually drifted a little bit wider there. Lost out potentially getting on throttle slightly sooner, but kept it well under control. That time not too bad considering he is on medium tyre. Jamie Robertson with the 27.4. Not a bad lap from what we've seen so far, certainly. He'll be looking to improve that if he can. Alex TG with a 26.8. That's him through, almost certainly. As, yeah, Error Voice went into the pit lane there. Not happy with his lap. Godly Noob then. On the mediums, a 27.5. Now that might be a good enough lap to get him through to Q3 on the medium tyre. We'll see, that's quite borderline. brings KXI into the pits, a real DC. Ooh, Liverpool fan taking him out. Thought he was one side, moved to the wrong side to stay out of the way. Real DC won't be too happy. The Liverpool fan obviously aware that it was likely his fault. He drags himself back to the pit lane. Would have lost some front wing from that. Guess we'll hop on board Big Balls then, see what he can do. Purple first sector, again I don't know if they're working today. So don't necessarily believe the purple sectors. Yeah, Big Balls clear track ahead of him. Won't suffer the same problem that Real DC did. Okay, so here he comes. His target will be to beat Godly Noob if he can. Big Balls the runner up last season. Let's see what he can do. 27.9, that's not too bad on the medium tyres. That is not bad on the mediums. The next man will be Claire PR. Gets himself a 27.4. Just lost himself into second. Liverpool fan, 28.1. Behind the medium drivers. Although the Liverpool fan will likely be expecting some kind of post-race penalty after what happened earlier. So then Strauss on the mediums. He gets himself 27.5. There we go, another good time on the mediums. Better than both Gotling Noob and Big Balls. Some of these guys might be looking to start on the mediums and certainly putting in the laps to get themselves there. So Club PR staying well out of the way. Ooh, Dragon nearly losing it on the exit, but of course catching it. Actually, you've got yourself in a good situation here. Oh no, no slipstream. KXI pulls over to the side, just on an outlap himself. We go dragging around the last two corners. We're fully over the curbs, but he is going to get himself 27.6 in amongst the other medium times. Very close, those ones. Alex TG, a long way away from the rest of the pack. Half a second gap. Then second down to sixth, all very close together there. Error voice now attempt on softs. Tried it on medium tyres before, pulled into the pits, not happy with his lap. Let's see what he can do on these softs. Slight bit of lock up from him there. As he comes around the last two corners, cross the line with a 127.4. Gets himself above the soft times, that's good. Yeah, 8 tenths above Jamie Robertson. More to KXI. I do need to quickly go and get myself a drink, so I will leave you on board with KXI. Apologies for lack of commentary during that time, but I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, sorry about that guys, I'm back now. So KXI with the 27.8, quite a bit below the mediums. It looks like Godly Noob also. I know Strauss set a time, or improved a time. Someone set a time, the leaderboard's slightly changed order. I noticed that Strauss's Godly Noob is now on different tyres. Sorry, yeah, Godly Noob. So Pheasant Plucker now, this will be his first lap. He's now for 27.3, there we go, up into third for him. Might be good enough lap, but of course, still all those drivers set times in the mediums. As long as they're not too committed to that strategy, they may go for a soft lap. Captain Nick validated his out lap, but that's not a problem. This is the lap that matters, although it does have car ahead of him on a track. There we go, race point pulling well over to the side. Okay, so I'm moving out the way. So yeah, clear track ahead of him now. Just a Pheasant Plucker ahead of him, but Pheasant Plucker on a lap. And it's a quick lap, not just a lap, although it just looked to be down a fair bit. So Captain Nick, one of the quicker drivers last season. Can't remember whether he got first or second, but he was on the top two end of the Russian Grand Prix last season, alongside Big Balls, his teammate then. Both changed off from Ferrari. So Captain Nick. Fairly good middle sector. We'll see where he slots in. I'd expect him to get around 6th position. Well, actually no, it'll be 7th or 5th more likely. Call it 7th. To 8th position for him, a 27.5. Although there's a lot of those going around at the moment. It's real DC with the next man to cross the line. He looks to be on a similar time to Captain Nick. Ooh, a little bit of light going on there. It's a very good line through the chicanes, hugs the wall here. And gets himself a 27.4 up into 5th position for him. A very similar time, identical time to Dragon on speed. Of course, Dragon did that time on the medium tyres. Now, I was surprised that Dragon's not going to improve. Sorry, this is real DC I'm watching. My mistake. KXI. Captain Nick. 10th up at the moment. Although a 10th where he is will jump him up to 4th position, so it's not to be taken lightly. Very, very close together. Everyone from, 4th to 11th, ridiculously close. Not even a 10th between all of them. That is ridiculously close. Captain Nick up into 2nd with the 27.1. And that looks to be safe enough time. It depends if all the other drivers improve. VMark, did he bung it in the wall? Or did he... I'm not sure why he's not set a time. It looks like he's in the pit lane. Seems odd that driver would choose to not set a lap. Looks like VMark will be starting in 15th. Real DC, happy with his lap, or doesn't think he'll improve. Toes. This is purple first sector. Cameras might see some good side-by-side action around this ribbon corner. There's a Dragon leaving the room. Hopefully he's able to rejoin. If not, I may send him an invite. Pheasant Plucker, another man happy with his lap. With how close everybody is, some of those drivers might be making mistakes. Tobes is on a very quick lap. As long as his driver ahead of him does not get in the way, this may put him straight up to the top. Captain Nick ahead. Captain Nick actually not the slow time himself, but into the pit lane, staying well out of the way. And this will be a good lap. There we go, up to the front at 26.7. A tenth over the next closest person. Who's this? Big Balls won't be improving. Right, let's see who's further down. Liverpool fan invalidated his lap, so he will not be making it through. So it's Jamie Robertson, nearly 2 tenths better. He will likely make it through. That'll drop out Error Voice, who's also though looking to improve himself. It may be DC who's a bit at risk. It is Real DC who's a bit at risk. Jamie Robertson. There we go, knocking out Real DC. Now it's Dragon. Strauss, can he knock out Dragon on speed? Yes, he can. So none of the drivers who set a lap on the mediums will be going through. Liverpool fan, of course. The time won't be valid, so just Godly Noob and Club PR left to finish off their laps. But their laps don't matter, it's Godly Noob. There we go, slowly into the pit lane. And Club PR quickly into the pit lane. No, Tobes. Very good lap from him. Strauss, the didn't really went to second. 26.7 from him as well. Those three set in very quick times. The only 26s we have seen so far in Tier 2. So VMark not setting a lap. I'm yet to see a reason why that. Alright, VMark saying he bottles. Oh right, so I'm reading now, VMark spotted in his hot lap and it looks like he chose to pit and retire. But here we go, we can see which drivers not going to be going through. See just how close it was there among the midfield. VMark not setting a lap, Liverpool fan, the KXI, Real DC and Dragon on speed. Well actually he was more than a tenth down to Error Voice driver who got ahead of him. So these are going to be our top 10 who will go through into Q3. Battle out certainly seems to be those top 3 with lightning fast times. So let's see what they can do. Okay, so here we go, into the final part of qualifying. I do not know why it says 1 lap out of 3, there we go. Fixes itself. So Jamie Robertson, going to be one of the first drivers to leave his garage. We'll follow him around on his outlap. There we go, actually quite a lot of the drivers hopping out there. That'll probably be Alex TG, likes going out nice and early. Didn't see who the other drivers were. So Jamie Robertson, Alex TG, Error Voice, all drivers who every time gone out nice and early, and then Godly Noob. Seems this game does not like using the action camera on the S's, which is interesting. Stuck with onboards for that. And as always, a reminder that the top 15 drivers will get points. A funny point system, if you want to know it, then I can type it in the chat for you, but it's a bit of a pain, so I'm not going to do it unless anyone specifically requests it. And also 1 bonus point for whoever gets the fastest lap, as long as they're in the top 10. Same as last season, that rule was not changed. So all but one driver out on track, and Jamie Robertson with the first man can almost guarantee himself a clear track unless Captain Nick times this. Oh, Captain Nick has just come out of the pit lane, so actually maybe he has timed it, so might cause some problems. Here we go. Jamie Robertson on his lap. Drifting a little wide off that corner. Of course, multiple laps. These drivers know they've got plenty of time left to improve. I don't want to make too many mistakes. I'm still not caught up with Captain Nick just yet. See Captain Nick's usual supporters back. So yeah, all the drivers but Captain Nick have now started their lap. I think he should be sufficiently far ahead of Jamie that he won't cause many problems. It depends how quickly he goes down this next straight. Okay, so Jamie, not with a fairly good first two sectors. Let's see what marker he can set for the other drivers. He gets himself a 127 flat. So that is not far. Oh god, he knew somewhere invalidated his lap. So with the next man, I think it'll be Aerovoice. So no, Alex TG with a 26.9. Aerovoice then with a driver after him. So Aerovoice, 34.2, gets here to slow lap somewhere. Club PR, a 27.6. Then Tobes with a 27.4. Fesenbach invalidates his lap. Strauss with a 26.9 up into second. Williams 1-2 at the moment. Not something you hear in F1. Golly Num invalidating his lap, so that means Big Balls is the next man. Big Balls gets a 27 flat, very close to those top four. Not much between them. Someone calling it pole between Alex, Clerpian and Strauss. Maybe. I think there's plenty of quick people here that might actually, could be almost anyone. Honestly, I don't think there's a single person in the top 10 who would entirely surprise me if they got pole. All of these drivers have shown very quick pace. It's just going to be down to who can piece that lap together. Godly Noob going a bit deep there. This won't be the perfect lap for him then. After invalidating his first lap. Tried to focus his anger to help him. See what he can do. A few more drivers coming towards the line. I think it's Aerovoice improving to a 27.4, just behind Tobes. Clerpiar putting into the pits, as well as Tobes. So Godly Noob now, where's he going to fit into this? 27.5. Nearer the back of the order for him. Ooh. Okay, so who do we think is going to be the next man to set a time? He is on an in-lap, so how about Captain Nick? Captain Nick is also on an in-lap. Aerovoice, also on an in-lap. Pheasant Blacker on an out-lap. Godly Noob, he's looking to improve his lap. Okay, we'll stay on board with him then. There we go, nearly 10th up for him. 10th where he is, could be looking at putting him up into 6th position. There's still plenty more time to gain plenty more time. Yeah, clean road ahead of him. Let's see time he's getting after the first 2 sectors. Half a second up with purple middle sector. Now he's looking at getting 3rd position or higher. And it's a good last sector, which certainly seems to. How well can you hug the wall? Drifts a bit wide there. Looks like he might be under control actually. Up into 5th position for him, a 27.1. Just behind his teammates. So Pheasant Plucker now, only man to not set a lap on his attempt of a lap. This is his 2nd attempt. I believe he pulled into the pit after the first one. Okay, very clean road ahead of him. Certainly not going to have any problems with traffic. Only other man out on track is Scotland Noob on his in lap. Having just done 2 laps himself. So here we come. I reckon he's going to get around 6th or 7th position here. I think I'd call it 7th. Oh, up into 5th with 27.1. 100th ahead of Godling Noob here. Just getting ahead Error Voice as he comes out the pit lane. Although, is he still going quickly? No. So I want to let Error Voice through at some point. Also Claire Biard coming out the pit lane. As well as now Captain Nick soon to be coming out the pits. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Pheasant Plucker decides to let Error Voice through or not. He certainly needs to make sure he doesn't block him as he comes out the last chicane. Let's see who else we've got. Big Balls coming out on track, as well as Tobes. Now the 2 Williams who currently hold the 1-2. 300ths between the 2 of them. Almost every driver coming out on track. Which Alfa Romeo is that? That's Jamie Robertson. So we go, Error Voice preparing, coming through this final chicane. And away he goes, ready to start his lap. Let's see how much he can improve. Ideally he'll be looking for at least 3/10. So let's see how much time he can gain in his previous lap. There we go. Go on board with some of the other drivers. Although actually Error Voice, 100th down from his previous time, so not much improvement there. But he only needs half a 10th in order to get ahead of Tobes. So we're looking at least 2/10 in order to get into 7th position. See Captain Nick up 2/10 for him. And 2/10 will look at putting him up into 3rd position. Maybe even challenging for that front row. Not too long left. Almost all drivers out on track. Pheasant Plucker now not going to be improving his lap, so he's in the pit lane. all drivers have timed it right. We'll follow Aerovoice as he crosses the line. And looks like he's going to grab 8th off Tobes. Don't know how his last sector went. Oh no, not a great last sector, causing him to not quite improve. Although does have time for another lap, so we'll be pushing for that. This Tobes gets ahead of Aerovoice. No, sorry, Club PR gets ahead of Aerovoice and Tobes, up into 8th. Captain Nick then, what can he do? Showed great pace through the first sector. 27 flat up into 3rd position for him, and just leaves himself enough time for another lap. So with the next man, with Big Bull's the next man to cross the line. He's invalidated his lap, so it won't be him, then it will be Tobes, looking to be 2 tenths up. So that's looking for maybe only 1 position gain actually. So here we go, Tobes, how much is he going to improve? Up into 8th position for him, a 127 flat exactly. And we've got the 2 Williams driver next to cross the line. Ooh, Alex DG cutting that last corner too much, invalidating. Not going to improve his teammate might though. His teammate does, a 26.5. Huge improvements on there, that pole time. Jamie Robertson not able to improve his lap. Claire PR the next one. He's 2 tenths up. That is only looking around 4th or 5th position for him. So where does he end up? Only 8th. Whilst the field's so close, not much improvement separates them. Godly Noob up into 1st, another 26.5. So that just leaves Captain Nick, who's not able to improve his lap. So whoever called Alex Clerpiard and Strauss, so you got 2 out of 3, but Godly Noob, the surprise there, taking that pole. No other drivers have another lap. So that means Godly Noob gets himself the pole. Right, and as I said earlier, lap 17, we have a lap of silence in honour of Jules Bianchi's crash here. Jules Bianchi being the number 17. Here we can go. Top 2 times, only 200ths between them. Godly Noob and Strauss taking that front row. Alex TG invalidating his lap on the last chicane, not able to improve. Captain Nick finishing off the 2nd row. Big Bulls, Jamie Robertson, Pheasant Plucker, Claire PR, Tobes and Aerovoice. Not much between them, less than a second between the entire field. And actually if you just count the top 2, not even 6 tenths between the 3rd through 10th. Here we go, drivers now waiting to pick their setups. Looks like it's going to be a dry race though. I think V-Mark will be appreciating that. Does not sound like he's a particularly good wet weather driver. Okay, so hopefully we're starting shortly. Gonna have a quick look at what kind of times they're setting in Tier 1. What times are they setting? Best time at the moment. The best time I can see is a 1:26.4 by Jerome, I think you say that. But they're only in Q2, so still more time to improve. And it looks like DeWill's not got through. From what I read, he had connection problems, and because of that got disqualified for whatever reason. Yeah, some very quick timers from Tier 2 here. Certainly challenging what the potential is. Some of those guys in Tier 1. Toes is a tick by its name earlier. Ah, nope. Fixed. Just messy tick left. Interesting, okay. I believe it'll force Messi to ready up at some point anyway. Hopefully. Right, so Messi has just been told to leave the lobby. Ah. I don't have access. Ah, no, I do. Okay. Right, let's get all this good stuff up. I will leave it on tyres for a bit and then we'll stick it on position change the first few laps so we can see who the main losers and gainers are among the drivers. Yeah, God he knew, getting just ahead of those two Williams. Again, AlphaTauri is shown to be very strong, as are the Williams. Ironically, they're the two strongest teams it seems on this grid, although VMark and the Haas, best record yet out of any individual driver, starting in 15th though, which one mistake preventing him from getting any more laps. See how he carves his way through the field. Also, see how Sadistic King does that. Sadistic King yet to qualify in the top 15th, yet to finish outside the top 10, and yet to get a penalty. Which I think is quite an unusual set of things to go together. Of course, actually ignoring the grid penalty because he has now got that. Yeah. I'm really not sure who's going to win this one. It seems unlikely that VMark will, but of course safety cars could change that. At current, doesn't look like there's going to be rain. So any of those rain wizards out there won't have that advantage they were potentially hoping for. A mixture of tyres. Only Messi opting for the hard tyres. And then, yeah, a few drivers on the mediums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count. I'm just an idiot. Okay. But yeah, there we go. The first guy is pulling onto the grid now. And the race will get started shortly. Oh. So there we go, the whole grid lined up. The lights yet to do anything. Oh, actually, while I remember, let's stick it onto position change so we can see the gainers and losers. This may be related to the same reason why it's been slow. Earlier, the admins are just talking with Messi. Oh. Right. They're just trying to work out what the problem is. But hopefully the race starts fairly soon. You've got a nice view of the grid. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, yes, let's run through the grid again. Godly Noob and Strauss getting those to 126.5. Alex invalidating his lap time to improve himself. Right, so they are going to get Messi to restart his game. And yeah, actually, someone's pointed out all the drivers' tyres are going to be absolutely frozen. And they're not wrong. Let's hope that doesn't cause them too many problems. Ah, here we go. Messi leaves. 5 lights. And away they go. The grid Messi's going to be at a disadvantage here. Of course, he'll be ghosted and AI. Fairly slow. Good getaway by Godly Noob. Alex going quite wide there. Alongside his teammate. Lots of oh, safety car. What caused the safety car? Probably Real DC, judging by how many positions he lost and the fact he's missing his right end plate and a couple of the things on the front wing. Not too many changes up front of the order actually. Williams drivers swap positions, although this does work in Messi's favour as he has plenty of time to rejoin. So I will need to quickly give him an invite. So hopefully Messi can get back in. Somehow Messi's AI gained him 2 positions, so actually I think he'll be happy with that, all things considered. Statistic King up 1 place, VMark up 2 places. Those are the big names I expect to be cutting through the pack. KXI was down 3, Jay Hartnell down 2, and Real DC, the man who's in the incident I believed caused the safety car, down 8 positions. So yeah, a few drivers stick it on tyres. We can see who's going into the pits, who's not. Of course, Real DC is into the pits, needs a new front wing, so that took fairly heavy damage. The game's doing its wonderful usual trick of on lap 2 saying it's lap 3 and getting all the drivers in the wrong order. But actually I haven't messed up the order that much this time, just saying it's lap 3. Right, can I see if Messi is back in the game yet? That does look to be a person, so hopefully he is. Yep, warming his tyres. That did mess up the order. So the game will fix itself soon, but Godly Noob's still in the lead. Helped from the start. A very good getaway from him actually. Very strong hold of the lead. And it certainly helped him that Strauss didn't have the best start alongside him. To the point where even Alex's teammate got through. So I can see now more of the field further back on the mediums. Dragon, that's interesting. Pitted to go onto the softs. No, only 4 drivers looking like they're pitted. Airvoice onto the hard, Tobes onto the mediums, Dragon onto the softs, and CRL onto the mediums. Sorry, Real DC onto the mediums. That was stupid. But also, he needed a new front wing. I think he may have been on mediums before, but I can check in the race director. Ah, no, did start on the softs. So you can see here which drivers chose chose to change. And actually, it was all the guys in the same area, so it's possible that all of them were involved in the incident and they all needed new front wings. But it is interesting that it's the guys from 9th through 12th who all pitted. Incident wise, just a lot of warnings. You can see, yeah, collision with real DC. KXI Tobes, Pheasant Bucket, Tobes. And now we are actually on lap 3. It's not just giving us the wrong time. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, I think it's quite hard to call who's going to win this at the moment. Godly Noob seems to be the most dominant, but I'm not sure. Alex does seem to be slightly quicker of the two. Williams, well, Godly Noob slightly quicker of the two. Alpha Romeos. I think the battle is going to be between those two. We'll see who else can play their hand here. V-Mark, after other drivers pit in, up to 10th. Sadistic King after the pits, up to 16th. So at the moment, Godly, no, not expecting the safety car in just yet. Looks like there is going to be another lap of the safety car. No safety car is in this lap, okay. Golly Noob now getting himself some space. Dictates when the race starts. Watch this from Alex's point of view. See if he goes at the right time. Golly Noob may want to wait till he's just through the chicane. Expect him to go in about now. Yep, there we go. Does gain some time over Alex. Alex yet to start gaining time on him, despite the slipstream. Looks like he's done well for himself there. Ooh. Captain Nick going a bit wide. Not under too much threat from Big Bulls, but of course might look to get some moves done here. Sadistic King past Jay Hartnell. Everybody's just left the session. Artman still quite hunts him quite a lot. Who's that? Jay Hartnell down a few positions for him there. That may have been his collision with, well, not sure. Just again got past him. May have argy pass. Couldn't see, can't say. Only that getaway worked well for Godly Noob there. See V-Mark with a better line there, but of course Sadistic King on the softs gonna get better exits to the corners. See if we can go for the move here. Don't think he's close enough. Looks for the move though. And goes slightly deep. Godly Noob with fastest lap, 30.9. His current position, he will get the bonus point for that. Messi into the pits. We'll quickly check that Aerovoice still isn't back in the lobby. Okay, I'm gonna need to give Aerovoice another invite. I know he has rejoined, okay. At a time when not too much is going on, I will make sure he's got a couple extra spares. So Dragon looking to get past his Distic. Oh. Liverpool fan, that is a dead tyre. That is another safety car. Interesting. Well, Messi going to be in a good situation then, assuming he can catch up enough in the field to catch the drivers who pit. Just depends on his delta time. If we find having left the session. Okay, I'm going to use this time to give our voice some more invites, just to make sure that he does not leave and not able to rejoin. Hopefully there won't be too many safety cars. But at the moment, more laps on the safety car than racing laps by a long way. It's a shame that this time the driver was taken out and not just damaged car. So see who pitted, keep an eye on the tyres. Lots of drivers go onto the hard tyres. Of course from here the hards can probably go to the end. So that'll be their plan. So who's that? V-Mark's gone for that. Sadistic King is somehow up to 6th. Not going to question that. That man is a magic ability of suddenly appearing in the top 10 when it matters. As Messi gets himself a penalty for corner cutting under safety car. So we're going to have 2 or 3 more laps under safety car. And then we get back to racing again. Let's see how this goes. Well, strategy very mixed up after 2 safety cars. All those drivers on hard tyres will be looking to go to the end if they can. See how the top 2 can do though. Alex TG was one of the drivers and he's the lead runner on those 0 lap old hards. The Air Voice might be able to pull his tyres to the end, but was certainly very uneasy towards the end. 3 extra laps on them. It's interesting, Pimis decides to pit then. Probably should have gone in the lap before. Let's see the change of heart and strategy. See what tyre he goes on to. Certainly straight to the back of the field for him. He's onto the hard tyre. And yeah, straight to the back of the field for him. I think it's now just a race of strategy between Godly Noob and Alex TG. Who can make their strategy work better? Sadistic King on a slightly different strategy, although Jay Williams leading that strategy. But it looks like at the moment there's 4 or 5 different strategies being run. And only 1 driver with penalties as of yet. These drivers, they're usually fairly clean racing, but get quite a few track penalties. It seems it's the other way around this time. Just a few minor, well, a few isolated incidents, not minor. Driver had his tyre ripped off. Didn't see what happened there. But my guess is that someone went for the overtake, or he called it on the grass, spun and hit the wall. The safety car again coming in this lap, so once again it's up to Godly Noob to start when he's ready. Probably going to try and start from a different place this time, try and mix things up, not make it too easy for the Williams driver. Yeah, there we go. Well done for him. He's got an even better gap this time. So not going to be challenged by the driver behind him. Are there going to be any overtakes? Alex looking to get past Aerovoice. Not quite close enough. I guess Aerovoice using the ERS to defend that position. Alex drifting a bit wide there. Might be under threat by Captain Nick. Captain Nick getting better lines through these S's. Alex struggling in the dirty air. Let's see what they can do. I'm going to hop on board the Dragon because he is on the softer tyres trying to get past the driver on mediums and older mediums at that. Although to be fair, if they are mediums, they're from the first lap, which they are. They haven't actually had that much time racing. Just being zigzagged across the track. So let's see, not seen any potential moves going on yet. Captain Nick might be going for a move on XTG. Actually, Messi gets past Jay Hartnell as Golding Noob again getting the fastest lap. Ooh, mistake there by Captain Nick, and that costs him 1, 2, maybe 3 positions. Yep, 3 positions lost by that mistake for Captain Nick. Now they're refusing to fully give it away, holding it around the outside. They're forced to give it away. Just like a very optimistic dive there, but makes it work to his credit. Ooh. Ooh. Captain Nick narrowly missing him there. I think that was his fault. These two drivers trying to hold it around the outside. Pheasant Blacker really struggling to get grip of his car. That's twice now he's had problems with the curbs. Might be dirty tyres, might be they're just not too happy. Is Messi going to have a look at him now? Certainly Pheasant Blacker throwing off his rhythm. Small tap on the rear, but a lock up for Messi. Is Messi going to look for the move into this corner? Oh, seems his internet's might cause some problems here. Hopefully that does not take out Pheasant Blacker. But an overtake around the outside is safe if someone dodgy internet. Not going for the move there. Goes quite wide. Don't want to get onto that green stuff. Drifts wide, but Jay Hartnell not close enough to capitalise on it. Okay, we'll look further up the field then. Alex TG on Big Bulls. DRS now enabled. We're on to lap 10. Big Balls keeps dipping his tyres onto the grass. It's not ideal. Jamie Robertson is a tiny bit late on the throttle there. Of course, grassy tyres, not good for grip. So that might be able to give Jamie Robertson a small advantage, although is he close enough to make it work? Don't think he is. Actually, it's like Strauss is gaining on Godly Noob, so we might see an overtake for the lead shortly. Trying to come down the field for where something might be happening. Clerpy Arc, so we might go for something on Captain Nick. So she's got to watch himself in the rear from V-Mark. This lot of drivers all very close. Going to start forming a DRS train here, but of course the only DRS zone on this track is the main straight. Jay Hartnell. That is a virtual safety car this time. I believe Blighty caught his tyre on 130R, causing him to spin into the wall. It looked like that was self-inflicted, but I cannot say for certain. So we'll see when the virtual safety car's lifted, which driver's going to get caught out by that. This track with a lot of corners, certainly plenty easy to get caught out with a virtual safety car. And we're underway. KXI with the drive-through, pushing the safety car too much, and then it cost him. Only driver without the field though. Strauss now gaining a godly noob. Now lose him on him, on ERS related. We'll see if he can go for a move into the first turn. Oh, golly noob into the pits there. Of course on his softs, I likely didn't consider that a lot of those soft laps spent under the safety car. That might cost him strategy wise. Depends how his tyres were feeling to him. Okay, XI will be unhappy. His drive through. May have got caught out by the virtual safety car, may have just been pushing his luck and hoping to gain from it. So we'll see what he does there. Error voice left the session, but of course that man probably has 3 invites still. Battle going on here, low down the field. Actually, VMark close to the Club PR. I think Club PR is. But now it's Pheasant Block who might be going for the move here. VMark not going, always going defensive. Pheasant Block looking for the cutback. Not able to get it done. VMark just quicker out the corner, it seems. Not yet, so only overtaking opportunities particularly close here. Right, well this is the third safety car now. I'm not sure if there can be a fourth. I think at that point it might just be virtual safety cars. Hopefully no more drivers are taken out of this race. At the moment only 2 drivers will not be getting points for each left due to the CRL point system. So we'll see how that goes. So looking very good though for Alex TG. Jay Williams might regret not pitting here. Being 13 lap odd mediums. I guess they're from the start of the race, only man to not pit. Although I will fact check myself. Yeah, only man to not pit. So if I had to call it at the moment, the most likely winner is Alex. I think Big Balls, Captain Nick and Jamie Robertson are all perfectly capable of getting that win as well. I'd expect safety car to be in this lap. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, Dragon having contact with Statistic King. Getting him 5 seconds. Also Statistic King 5 seconds. I think it might have been. Yep, 5 seconds for the both of them. Godly Noobs 5 seconds and some speed in the pit lane. KXI, virtual safety car, and Messi cutting corners under the safety car. Ah, yep, there we go, safety car in this lap. So, Williams now preparing to choose when to restart. See when's he gonna go. Not yet. Going very slow here. Now he's gone. Bunched up the field very much. And they worked his advantage. Causes Clear PR to get a 5-second penalty. Contact the captain, Nick. Jamie Robertson speeding in the pit lane. Why he's just gone into the pit lane, I don't know, unless he lost some front wing for himself during that bunch up. But actually, to be fair, despite causing an instance further back, this has worked very well for Jay Williams. He's got a huge gap between him and anyone else. Clear PR looking to get past Captain Nick now. Through these sweeping turns. Just needs to be careful with the Williams right on his tail. Williams is dropping back a bit. See, Dragon, no. Plenty of good racing going on here. Mainly the heavier incidents seem to have been caused by driver error and not collisions between drivers. Which is good, it means drivers are pushing themselves to the limit while still being respectful to each other. Right, now, as I said earlier, lap 17 will be done as a lap of silence in honour of Jules Bianchi. So I'll be following the lead car, keeping myself quiet during that lap. And there we go. On to lap 18, after that moment of silence. But first driver lost since Ayrton Senna. Six and a half years ago. I believe it might have been on this corner just here. Anyway, back to racing. So now Strauss just behind Captain Nick. And on fresher, softer tyres. Hoping to get them moved on sooner rather than later so we can carve us through the other drivers. He certainly will be going to the end on these, so he's in a good position to win this if he can get past these drivers nice and quickly. Captain Nick not too good on ERS. Strauss might be able to then get past him on the main straight, forced him to use all of his ERS on this straight. Right. Strauss going slightly deep. Good exit there though. Losing a little bit of time, quite a lot of the time. So now let's see. There we go, Captain Nick pretty much out of ERS. Strauss DRS, ERS, slipstream. Still not quite close enough, although forces Captain Nick wide. Nearly contact occurring there, not quite. Narrowly avoiding it. Let's see if Strauss can get past Captain Nick. Still looking to it. Dragon, further back in the field, got past Pheasant Plucker. Likely mistake by Pheasant Plucker, considering the gap between them now. So some good defending so far from Captain Nick. Now, Jay Williams, I can't see that man making it to the end of that pit stop. So he'll be pitting fairly soon for some soft tyres. Although for him it's a battle between how long can I go and where will they come out in the order. As V-Marks side by side with Godly and Noob. Two of the quicker drivers here. Side by side through Spoon, now that is something you will not see very often. Godly Noob getting ahead there. Of course, Godly Noob still has that 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. As Tobes now having a look at VMART. Oh yeah, Strauss, while I wasn't looking, Strauss got past Captain Nick, and there's a yellow flag there. Don't know what the cause of that was. Maybe just being one driver going slightly off or a mild contact. So Strauss now will be hunting down the top two. It's Captain Nick and Claire PR likely engage in battle now. Dragon past the other Ferrari. Oh, that must have been quite an aggressive overtake because he's given the position back. So Dragon keeping it respectful, realises he made a mistake. Gobbling Noob clipping the grass there. And Gobbling Noob, another driver on mediums that can get to the end. Another driver you can get through these drivers on hard tyres nice and quickly. Now Sadistic King is in last and actually doesn't have the usual advantage that lots of drivers are going to get themselves lots of penalties. So there's been less laps under green. Now, is it my imagination or have I seen a bit of rain? I think it may be starting to rain lightly. Camera doesn't really show it. may be raining, so Aerovoice. Another one that drives on the medium tyres. Most drives on hard tyres much further up the field. Looks like Strauss is caught up with big balls though. I'll see if he goes for them down this next straight, or if he goes from down the main straight. He also is dragging past Tobes. Who was that? Oh, that's Tobes who made a mistake. I think he made a mistake coming out to spoon for him. Lost himself several positions. I think he was in 8th. He's dropped quite a few positions there. Golly new past Club PR. Club PR really struggling on these tyres. Sadly, always seems to be a man whose internet isn't his best friend when he races. Mark now gaining on him. Doesn't want to pass here. Lifts off a bit, it seems. Sadistic King, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's going on to softs to make sure no one else gets that fastest lap, and also potentially in the hope that no, he's retired. Yeah, race wasn't going his way. Very unlikely to get himself points. That does mean that I can now confidently say all but one of the drivers. Can Dragon get past him? All but one of the drivers on track finish will get points. Dragon not quite close enough to capitalise on that mistake. Is that the safety car in the first sector? Or is that... Oh, that's Sadistic King's AI coming out the pit lane after he retired in the pits. There we go. Strauss up into second. Looking to be a Williams 1-2. The question, however, is which Williams will be P1? One driver on the newer mediums, the other driver on the older hards. Really could go either way. So I called it earlier to be Alex who'd take the win, but now I'm seeing Strauss's strategy. Could be the other Williams driver. Alfa Romeo haven't quite finessed their strategy as well. Certainly Godly Noob not done too badly himself. Tobes gets himself 3 seconds of penalties. Drivers now starting to rack up those warnings. There might be some light rain on the last few laps that could spice things up. The clouds certainly seem to be implying it. And my eyes are either playing tricks on me or it is starting to rain. Both of which are very possible. Verstappen makes a mistake. Aerovoice, can he capitalise on it? Seems he can. Using his DRS to guarantee the overtake is done. And there we go, nice and cleanly through. Aerovoice going a bit deep though, and now Pheasant Plucker has that DRS. Might be able to get him on this straight. Strauss though unable to get himself within DRS range of his teammate yet. We'll see if and when that overtake happens. Pheasant Bucker looking to get in on Aerovoice. Actually losing time on him through this section. Trying to get these corners while under the slipstream. Very tricky to judge them. Not pleasant being behind someone in corners like that. And Pheasant Bucker 3 seconds penalties. Cuts the corner there. And that's going to cost his end result. Both Williams be giving it everything they can at this point. Seem to be working together, but of course now it looks like they're safe to work against each other. See what they can do. does look like Alex is in the better position here. Got the lead at the moment, can defend. And the question is he ahead at the DRS line? And the answer is yes, he is. Better exit from that chicane, and actually almost seems to be gaining time on Strauss despite the tyre difference. Must have put on some very good laps for himself. Captain Nick under attack from Godly Noob. Through these sweeping corners. Ooh, certainly gained some time through that one. Might see a dive into that hairpin. Depends how close he is coming at the exit of here. Looks like Captain Nick got a better exit from there, so it might not be till we go into Spoon. See something? Godly Noob, yep, slotting in behind. Ooh, that cost him some time. Not just a little bit. Drops back quite a few tenths. No longer close enough, but Alex still pulling away from Strauss. Well, that is not something I was expecting to see, but of course Alex, one of the best drivers here at preserving his ERS, shown his pace at the other races, just not able to get it into that win at the end. Now I will quickly check how much penalties each of the two top drivers have, or how many warnings, sorry. So Alex does have 2 warnings, whereas Strauss only has 1. So that does mean Strauss is in a better position in terms of what he can afford to do. And Alex cannot push too hard, otherwise he does risk getting himself a 3-second time penalty. Go and have a look at this battle for 10th going on down here. Messi in a Ferrari sandwich. Ooh, I think there may be some contact there. The two get the tyres caught up a bit. And Real DC, we're looking to get past Messi here. Ooh, Messi. Yeah, tyres wouldn't have been happy or clean there. Didn't account for it on the corner like that. And Messi has retired. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems for Jamie Robertson. No. Not sure if Jamie will be expecting to get anything other than 15th, but his perseverance, he's going to get him at least 1 point. And now as the 2 Williams drivers cross that line onto the last lap. Not many drivers too close. God knew was closest to Captain Nick, but after that mistake, dropped down 1, 2, 3 positions. And the rain I said I thought I might have saw is not here at all. So Alfa Romeo looked to be one of the more promising teams, but actually it's going to be 8th and 15th for them. 8th, not too bad of a score. Now I'm going to turn on penalties these last few corners, just so we can see how that's going to affect drivers at the end. Of course, V-Mark looks like he's going to probably get 4th off Captain Nick. Even Captain Nick and Clerpiard both down due to their penalties. It's going to happen in other places as well. Godly Noob's going to move down quite a bit. His 8 seconds of penalties. Jamie Robertson at this point, unless someone crashes, at this point it's just a Sunday drive for him. But Alex TG manages to hold it to the end, as long as he doesn't cut these corners. No, very cautiously done. Doesn't want to make a mistake here, beat himself up for it. And there we go. That is a Williams 1-2. Alex TG taking the win. Big Balls finishing off the podium. Then Captain Nick over the course. V-Mark getting 4th. Then Captain Nick. Clerpiard dragging the speed. Gottlieb Noob, who will move down. No. Air Voice. And first up, like a 6th, Tobes 10th. The order's going everywhere, but Jay Williams finished 13th on track and got 10th. KXI moves up in position. How many penalties does Aerovoice have? And Jeremy Robertson across the line. Somehow what looked to be in 14th. Feel like someone got cheated out of a bit of places there. But VMark given driver of the day for the positions he gained after starting 15th on the grid. 15th to 4th, not too bad. That is still his slowest result so far though. But of course, 1st, 3rd, 4th is nothing to scoff at. There we go. Williams 1, 2. Something F1 has not heard for many, many years. So yeah, Alex TG, Strauss, and then Big Bulls were the top 3. VMark getting 4th. Captain Nick and Clopion knocked down due to penalties. Then we had Dragon on Speed, Dolly Noob, Real DC, Jay Williams, Pheasant Plucker, Tobes, KXI, Jamie Robertson, and Aerovoice. Who's the man who apparently got the 6.4 second lap time. I can tell you now that Aerovoice did not finish 15th. The stewards will work through and work out where he should have finished. I believe it was 9th or 10th. Certainly. But either way, every driver who took the time to finish their race got points. Yeah, looking very good for the Williams constructor. And I think I am going to try and get some of the top guys, those on the podium, in for a post-race interview, if I can. So if you give me a second to do that. So Alex CG, Strauss and Booples. Oh, whoops. Hello. Party sharing.
Hello?
Hello, yes. Yes, I can.
Uh,
Do you know if your party share settings are on?
Where do I see that?
If you go into the party and then into, I think the settings in there, you should be able to see one of them will be voice shared. I want it to be on.
Oh, always your voice to be shared. Always allow. Yep.
Yep, nice. Well, congrats on the 1-2 for Williams.
Yeah, great jump from Alex as well.
Yeah,
solid pace.
were you expecting to be able to nab that win at the end, or were you kind of not expecting to catch Alex?
Well, no, I ran out of fuel and out of ERS, so I had no chance to catch him. He was very fast on those old hearts.
And hello, Big
Happy with
Bulls.
my P2, because the safety car ruined my strategy. But it went well with the mediums.
Well, 3 safety car race, definitely the most in the season.
Madness.
Yeah, congrats on 3rd, Big Bulls. Can I get you to check your voice sharing is on?
Oh yeah, that normally catches me out. Should be on now.
Right, yeah, congrats on your 3rd. How did you find that race? Minus the, 3 safety cars, virtual safety car, all sorts.
Yeah, it had a little bit going on, didn't it? Yeah, it was a good race. The first one without traction control on, so...
Oh right, yeah. Well done
It's
then.
a bum clencher all the way around, to be honest. Yeah, there's a lot of incidents going on and whatnot, but managed to avoid most of the drama. But them 2 guys out front were just far too fast for me tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like the
The
Williams drivers got much better strategy than the Alfa Romeos. So the Alfa Romeos looked to be main challengers, and they kind of both fluffed it somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I think Alex did a nice dive bomb down the inside of me into the chicane at the end. Knocked us both off track. I think that put him off a little bit, and then that's Alex Robertson, by the way. Just to clarify. But I think that put him off a little bit, and then Captain Nick did a nice job behind me, holding everyone else up. So
Yeah, he was doing some good defending actually. Of course, penalties knocking him down in position, but still 5th, not a bad result.
yeah, he had some good pace, and he's very consistent, isn't he, Nick? So yeah, nice drive from him. Sort of helped me out a bit, I think, because a couple of the guys behind were a bit faster.
Yeah, and by the way, question just to satisfy my sanity: was it starting to rain a tiny bit at the end, or was that just my eyes?
It wasn't for me.
No, it was dry. It was dry.
It was.
Yeah, it's over, but it was definitely dry.
Yeah, because it looked like it was tempting to rain, but decided not to. Right, yeah. Unless you guys have anything to say, anything you want to mention about the race, then thank you for coming to post this interview, and once again, congratulations on your podium. Very good result for Williams and the constructors.
Yeah, 1-2, pretty good. Take that.
Well, can't get much better.
Well done, gentlemen.
Yeah, alright.
Who got
Do it again
fastest?
next week.
Who got fastest lap? Because I know the fastest lap was broken. Because it said that.
Minus 6.4.
Yeah, it said it was minus time, or like 6.4 seconds.
Someone got 29.1, I think.
Was that Sadistic King, I think?
He didn't finish, but I can believe he got a time that quick. He's not a slow driver.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he went on the soft, and he definitely got a 0.1. So.
Yeah.
It was him.
Right, well, once again, congratulations, guys. Thank you, and good luck for next week, which will be Azerbaijan, so Baku.
Oh my god.
Might see as many safety cars again then.
Nice evening, bye bye.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers, boys.
Right, so there we go. That was our 3 drivers up on the podium. 2 Williams, and then the Mercedes finishing it off. All of those drivers very, very quick. Congratulations to all of them for that. Next week on to Baku. Might not see any less safety cars then, but we'll see how they do. Yeah. It's yet to be confirmed who got fastest lap in terms of everything, because no one got a 6 or minus 6 second lap. But for the moment, that is it from me. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week at Azerbaijan.